Hi, I'm CJ Altenberg with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado, and we appreciate you tuning in this morning. Today we're going to bring you a new Cimarron 4-horse living quarters. This trailer just arrived. This is I really like the size of this package, because what we're getting is we're getting a 4-horse, we're getting a good sized living quarters with a slide out, but not making the trailer massive by any means. We'll go ahead and take a look at the drawing of this trailer. So this is 30 foot, 3 inches on the floor, 8 foot wide, 7'7" tall. Again, this is a trailer you can get in and out of about most places really easily. You know, easily maneuver it in tight parking lots, anything like that. And then from there, when we jump into the living quarters, it's a 12/8 short wall with a slide. So again, nothing massive by any means, but this 12/8 really is a really good layout. When we get in the living quarters here, I'll show you kind of some things that really open this trailer up and making it very functional for you. So like I mentioned, this is a 2021 Cimarron 4-horse living quarters. It's the Norstar model. And then what we do is we go in, we're an Outlaw Conversions dealer. Now this is a ProLine XP by Outlaw Conversions. So it's still an Outlaw conversion. It's their production model, which I'll touch on a little bit on the inside here. But let's take a look at the trailer. One of the very first things let's discuss is this is all aluminum construction by Cimarron. It is the industry's best floor, 4-inch centers. Some of the strongest upright posts out there, the biggest, heaviest duty framed doors and windows on this, and then we cap it off with an insulated roof. And we're talking 8-year structure warranty, 3-year hardware, and then when we get in the living quarters on the ProLine XP by Outlaw, you get a 1-year warranty there. But let's kind of work through this. I'm going to point out some standard features on this, and then some of the things that we option onto these trailers. One of the very first things you'll notice when you're looking at underneath this trailer is the dual jacks. So these are electric over hydraulic, but because this trailer has a slide out, again, we're only 30 foot on the floor. You know, this is more of stability with having that slide run out. We can also manipulate the way the trailer sits side to side, and then obviously up and down, which is pretty cool because these are on dual switches as well. So I can run one or the other. If you're not directly underneath the ball when you go to hook this trailer up, you can almost walk it on there. So I like that as well. One of the other things on this LQ layout on these ProLine XPs, standard is at 2 20-pound propane bottles. We like to go ahead and upgrade you to 2 30-pounders. We really don't, it's a very small amount to make that jump up, and we're not nearly having to change these bottles as much because we've gone to the 30 rather than the 20s. And then on this, you've got the standard aluminum battery box. We've got dual batteries. Battery disconnect, so we can kill this trailer when it's sitting, so we're not coming up to it with a dead battery. But I want you to notice how everything is extremely well labeled. Everything's color coded. You know, Outlaw puts a lot of emphasis on that. You know, they've got service centers all over the country. You know, that's really beneficial from the standpoint of timing. If you are having an issue, you know, you get on the phone with the warranty folks at Outlaw, and that service center can talk. They can say, hey, I need you to look for this color wire, go here. It'll be labeled. I mean, it's really going to save a lot of time from that standpoint. So they do put a lot of emphasis there. Again, that quality is second to none. Let's talk a little bit about LQ doors. Over the years, we've done some camper style doors. Now, on those camper style, the benefit there is you get that nice screen door that comes along with it, but it's a lighter weight door, and we feel like this is such a high quality trailer, we want a heavier, high quality door on there. So the dead giveaway when you're looking at those is if it's rounded at the top, that is typically a prefab door, so it's a lot lighter weight. To where if it's square at the top, that has been manufactured at the facility. It's a lot heavier duty door. Now, you say, well, I want a screen door. Well, we go ahead and option in the retractable sliding screen door that goes over. So again, you can kind of keep that fresh air coming in here, keep the bugs out. So that's something we go in and put on this trailer itself. Now as we get into this, again, this is a 12/8. It's a Proline XP by Outlaw conversion. So we still have the hardwood cabinetry that you see in the Outlaws. Everything is dry fit to this trailer before it goes and gets stained. So, you know, again, that quality and craftsmanship is there. The XP in those Pro lines, this is more of a production model here. So we have a set, set of layouts that we can choose from in different sizes. And then we've got about 5 different color packages we can work with and 3 stains. To where if you go the Outlaw route, sky's the limit, you can do whatever you want, change whatever you want. But these are extremely well equipped. And on this 12/8, one of the things I really like is it gives us a lot more counter space, a lot more kitchen area by doing this L shape here. And it gives us the ability to put this big dual sink in here. The dual sinks are popular because we can wash and dry on one or the other, and then we can go ahead and put the cover on it and gain a little bit more counter space. Then you get the recessed 2-burner cooktop with the glass lid, again creating more counter space when it's not in use. Hood vent, and then a microwave above that. And then as you kind of work up into the sleeping area up there, more storage. Outlaw does a really good job on creating storage spaces for us. So storage over to the right, storage up at the front. This is their 9-inch memory foam mattress. And then we put a second TV up in the neck there. On this layout here, one is standard, but because of the size, then we like to go ahead and add a second one in there.
Gotcha.
Compared to the 10/8s that we also carry, when we go to this 12/8, we gain this closet right here with dual close rods. So a nice wardrobe closet there. To where in the 10/8s, basically this driver's side of the trailer is strictly just the slide out in this living space here. But we're able to gain some storage there. And then here's that slide. I mean, this is what I love about this layout, is because when you get this slide kicked out, you know, somebody can be preparing food, you can be over in the refrigerator, you can go to the bathroom, you're not having to shuffle around each other. It really just opens this trailer completely up. Then this lays down. This is a jackknife style, so this will lay down into a bed as well. So we've got multiple sleeping areas. Again, storage throughout. Down below, that's a great place for your extra pillows, sheets, blankets, especially for this sofa right here that'll fold down into a second bed. Again, more storage. Outlaw does such a good job of that. Where can we put small areas? Let's utilize it. If it's going to be wasted space, let's try to create some storage there. We understand you're going to be carrying a lot of stuff with you at times. And then across from that is a 7.0 refrigerator and freezer. The 7.0 is the same footprint as a 6.0. Again, just gives us a little bit, I like this setup because we gain the separate freezer area compared to the actual refrigerator area. You know, you get into the small ones, the dorm fridges, you know, you just can't carry a lot. And we understand you're going to be traveling long lengths at times, so it's good to be able to carry a lot of extra food and then those frozen items. And then above that is that flat screen TV. This is the standard, and again, we added the one up in the gooseneck area itself. Then, so we've gained a little bit of space in the living space up there by going with the 12/8 with that wardrobe, but then the additional is going to be in the bathroom. I love the layout of this, the size of this bathroom. It's really opening. Again, we've got a lot of space. You don't have to hover over the toilet when you're standing at the sink. You know, this is a porcelain toilet, so you get a nice heavier duty there. You get some storage, you get some counter space, bathroom vanity, big bathroom vanity with mirror. Again, you're not having to hover over that toilet to stand here and get ready. And then we've got a radius shower with a skylight. So again, we get some natural lighting with the skylights above the shower, and then also our power vent up above. but for those taller individuals, you know, gives you a little bit more headspace there. You'll notice that this shower is up off the floor a little bit. And there's multiple reasons for that. One is we're going to run our furnace, our duct work for our heat underneath there. But also, there is a true P-trap underneath these showers. A lot of conversion companies do not do that, so you have a true P-trap like you do at your house. And by elevating that, we can do that. And then directly behind that is going to be another big closet for us. Dual clothes rods. There's a base and a table for us for the sofa if you want to have a table to sit at. But everything is extremely high quality from these doors. You feel the weight of these doors when you're opening and closing them. You get into some other conversion companies and it's literally like a piece of paper in your hand. I mean, there's just no weight to it. We understand we're going to be driving down the road in these trailers. Earthquake type conditions. I mean, that's truly what we're doing. And over the years, this quality will really show as you're using the trailer. And we notice that when we get these trailers in on trade. One of the very first things we ask for when it's a living quarters, hey, we'd like to get a trade number, is who did the conversion. And when they say Outlaw Conversions, as long as that customer took care of it, that's a big part of it, the trailer will be extremely well put together. Things are where they should be. And then also the resale value is extremely, extremely good because we've got a lot of customers that come in, maybe look at some new things, but boy, I don't need to, you know, that doesn't work into my budget, or, you know, I'm not going down the road. I don't need to spend that kind of money on something for, you know, a weekend warrior, you know, a few times of the year. So they say, hey, when you get that used Outlaw in, let me know, and I want to come look at it. So we need to do a little bit more research on the amount of money we spend on our used trailers when we bring them through the shop, especially the Outlaws versus other manufacturers. I'm very confident in saying we will not have to spend near as much on an Outlaw, as long as it was taken care of by the customer. So as we step out of this trailer, I want to point out a couple things. One of the first things is there's a sticker right by the door. That is an RVIA certified sticker right there. So Outlaw is the last standing living quarters company out there that is following the RVIA certification. Why that is important is because they will lobby for us to be able to go down the road with trailers, campers, RVs, but also you can go to any public and private parks. You'll meet all the standards that they need for electrical, plumbing, heating, and then just safety in general. So again, Outlaw's the last standing one there, but again, you can go anywhere with this trailer when you meet those standards. An electric awning, that's a Dometic, so it's got that AlumaGuard up there, so it'll protect from the UV rays. That's one of the big things. We notice is on an awning is when you roll it out on a used one, you know, most of the awning's in perfectly good condition, but it's usually that first kind of 6 to 8 inches, maybe 12 inches, that we end up having to replace the awning because it's just been beat down by the UV rays and it starts cracking, and then we have to go ahead and replace that. So electric awning there, and now it's standard, you actually get the light underneath there. So you get a strip light underneath the awning. So we've got some exterior, we've got a grab handle that lights up, we've got a porch light, but then also we get that additional lighting. So when we're sitting out here listening to music with these exterior speakers, entertaining out here, you know, you've got a little bit more light coverage as well. So now let's kind of talk a little bit about the trailer itself. So this one here is equipped with two 8,000-pound rubber torsion Dexter axles. Aluminum wheels are standard. These are 17.5s. These are 16-ply tires. The green cap means nitrogen filled, which will allow PSI levels to fluctuate drastically compared to air. If you do have a leak or a low tire, you can put air to it. It's perfectly fine, but that nitrogen filled is what they use on airplanes. Think about the altitude differences that they're going through, temperature differences they're going through. 1 year, no questions asked warranty on the tires. from Lion's Head. That's the vendor that Cimarron uses. So if you have a blowout, if you catch a nail, it can't be patched, even road debris, if it's completely out of your control, if it cannot be repaired or patched, you take some pictures of some of the codes, you send it in, they send you a new tire within a couple days. There's a couple other things that we like to add on. One of the very first things is this indicator light. You'll start to notice that on all of our living quarters trailers, all of our bigger trailers that are 8 foot wide. These are longer trailers. People really don't pay attention to trailers when we're going down the road, so that extra indicator light will flash when you put your blinkers on either side. It will indicate when you brake, but also works as a great marker light as well. It's big. That's an option we've gone on here at Transwest and really put a lot of emphasis on putting on all of our living quarters and all those bigger 8 wide trailers, even some of the 7 6 wide trailers. Another thing that we added on to this trailer was the 2 drop windows. So with this being a 4-horse, we left bus windows at 2 and 4 and put the drops at 1 and 3 just to create a little bit more airflow. We're not running in the humidity that the southern states have to deal with near as much, but we'll talk about it a little bit more when we get into the stall area, but that really opens up the trailer, getting a lot more airflow through there. Up top, you have a 6-foot sheeted hay rack. Located directly behind that is a generator box and a platform for you to stand on that goes the full width of the trailer for our Onan 4000 gas generator that this is equipped with. So there's a start switch in the LQ. You don't have to get up there to do anything to that unless you're doing some maintenance or obviously getting hay up or down. So you can start that gen from inside the living quarters and run anything you need to on this trailer. You've got enough power there to run your AC unit, run your microwave, have your lights on, have your TV on, anything like that. So if you get somewhere kind of in backcountry or you get parked, you overslept and you get to the event and you're parked way out there and you can't plug in, you can run that gen and have everything you want there. As we get to the back, 50/50 rear doors. Over to the left is our folding rear tack. So we have a removable post, 4-tier saddle rack. We've got blanket bars on the door, brush tray on the door for smaller items. These folding rear tacks on these traditional rear load trailers is extremely popular because a lot of people want these trailers to be dual purpose. And we've sold quite a few of them here over the last couple of years of, hey, we're gonna go to some horse events, we're gonna go trail riding, we're gonna go rodeo. But then maybe in the fall time, we want to go hunting, something like that, and want to throw a 4-wheeler in there. So to be able to remove that post, collapse that folding tack down, and give us a straight shot into that stall area, again, gives us that ability to load some of those toys. There's a lot of add-on stuff we can do after the fact. So if you wanted to rear ramp, your horses prefer a ramp, load and offload, or again, those toys, we can put a ramp over these rear doors. We just removed that rubber bumper here on the back. Now we'll jump in here to this stall area. We've actually upgraded to the airflow dividers, airflow head grills, and then we've gone in and added the padding to the dividers on each one of those. So like I talked about with these bigger bus windows on the hip wall and then the drop windows, airflow dividers, and I'll show you the big drop downs when we get to the other side of this trailer. We can create a lot of airflow through here, which is going to keep the animals a lot more comfortable. And then we cap it off with Cimarron's insulated roof. That is a major, major game changer. I mean, it really makes a big difference on what this stall area feels like on these really hot days. We're going to be doing some testing, kind of showing some time-lapse videos and just showing you the difference on these 95, 100-degree days here on this asphalt with the aluminum roofs versus this standard insulated roof on every Cimarron. It will make about a 20% difference in temperature in these trailers. So think about that. I mean, that's a big amount of temperature that your animals are sitting in here. Let's try to keep them a little bit more comfortable. The very first divider is a stud divider, so it goes to the floor. It's a great place for additional storage if you want to, or if you've got that one horse that you want to separate from everybody else. That's a nice feature there. The other thing I want you to notice is everything, like even the wheel wells, is tapered. A lot of other manufacturers will go a 90 degree towards the wall, 90 degree in this back corner. Cimarron puts a lot more emphasis on, hey, let's taper this, let's try to create radiuses, nothing sharp, nothing protruding, you know, flush wall mount paddle latches. So again, nothing protruding out. All the dividers, everything has a radius to it, so it's nice and smooth. And they've also got big springs on the bottom of them, so it's sucking these dividers to the driver's side of this trailer. We're actually tilted towards passenger side, so naturally if we didn't have those springs, these dividers would want to be pulling back this direction. So think about loading and unloading. You know, now I'm not having to hold the divider, tie up a horse or untie and try to get them out. You know, now everything's real simple. Everything's out of the way. I can load and unload, and also when I go to shut these, I don't have to hold it. You know, hold the horse over, hold the divider, try to get a pin. It just slams right in there. So nice slam latches. The other thing is this slam latch is a heavy UHMW plastic, so we don't have that metal to metal contact creating a lot of that rattle when we're driving down the road, when we're again going down these earthquake type conditions. You get two-way roof vents as well, so we can again manipulate more airflow in here. The winter months you can open them up to the back so it releases that warmer air coming off the bodies of the horses themselves. And then you also get some nice LED lights in here. All these lights from our load lights on each side of the trailer, the rear, and in the stall area, everything's on an individual switch. So we can run those lights individually. I don't have to have everything on at once or nothing on at all. And then on this back door, I'm going to go ahead and shut it because I want to show you this ladder. So the bolt-on ladders for most hay racks, you know, you have to literally go up the side of the trailer straight up and down. And if you're trying to carry something, it's miserable. It's not even fun going up and down the ladders when you're not carrying something. But we like to option on these LQs the easy angle ladder. Now you can imagine carrying something in your hand going up that. It's a lot simpler process, and it's just a lot safer in my opinion going up this with this angle rather than again straight up and down with that bolt on. So we get over here to driver's side. I've got the drop windows down with the main doors open, so we have additional storage. We've got storage at 2, 3, and 4 because we've got an escape door at stall 1. But then in this back manger here, I'm going to shut this window. And back here is our fuel fill for that onboard generator. Outlaw does a good job on making sure that fuel tank doesn't eat up a whole lot of space in these mangers. They understand the importance of storage. But this is really fantastic. Again, we're not having to lug fuel cans up there to the generator. We can fuel up at the pump, pull up, put gas in there, and you're ready to go. Nice solid doors. I mean, everything has a welded hinge with grease zerk, so these are easier to maintain. And I also want you to notice the distance from the edge of this window to the actual window itself, the framework. That's all frame. So these are massive heavy duty windows. And then up at the top, this is now standard, you'll notice that drip rail. That's actually an extruded piece, so it's made like that. They're building and extruding those sticks of aluminum just to have that drip rail on there so they can cut it down. They're not actually taking another piece and then tack welding it across. Why that's important is, especially here in Colorado, we'll have some really cold nights and then, you know, it'll warm up during the day. So if we get some type of moisture, a lot of times it'll come off. You know, especially think about winter time, you get snow on the roof, it starts to melt during the day, then it comes down, then it freezes at night, and then we can't get our drop windows down. That's going to create that potential moisture from getting in there and then freezing and having that issue. But these are massive, heavy duty doors. Everything is solid when it goes to shut, and that's really good from the standpoint of what Cimarron's done to create that framework on the inside. A lot of weather seal on these doors itself. Here, I'll shut one there. You can see the weather stripping on there. It's not a real thin piece of stripping that's just kind of taped on there or kind of spot glued on. So when we overlap this window with this framework in there, we get that real nice tight seal there. And then again at stall 1, you get that escape door. You can use this first stall as a mudroom a little bit if you need to. You can hop in here, kick off your boots, step into the bathroom. And then you've got a step that we optioned on as well. And then this does have a drop window as well. So some manufacturers will literally just put a small bus window right here. But Cimarron, these are heavy duty enough doors that they manufacture that we can have it do multiple things. We can have a door actually open and then have another opening within that. And then this guy just folds up. One last thing before we kind of walk away from this area is you'll notice that our valves for our dumps, our gray and our sewage tank, our black tank, they don't hang down. A lot of other manufacturers, you'll notice that they can't get the tanks up underneath the trailers extremely well, and then all that valve work actually hangs down. And a lot of times you'll see a piece of metal kind of come down at an angle and then back up, and that's kind of a skid plate just to try to protect those if possible. But Cimarron and Outlaw have teamed up to do a really good job on getting those tanks up underneath these trailers. Here's the back side of that slide out we were looking at. That is a Liftco aluminum, or a Liftco electric, excuse me, slide out. The electrics have come a long ways from the standpoint of, you know, they're running them on a lot of campers, a lot of RVs. So we've gotten along extremely well with those. The nice thing is it's a smaller footprint than the hydraulic. We need a lot more framework. So then again, it eats into what we can do in that living quarters. So we can do some of these smaller LQ sizes with the slide, to where in the past we couldn't, because you just, those hydraulics just took up so much room to actually frame them in there. So if you've got some interest in this trailer, I'm going to give you the stock number on it for reference. Again, it's a 2021 Cimarron Norstar 4-horse living quarters. Stock number is 5N201173. We have the twin to this trailer, a little different colors in the living quarters itself, but it is a 3-horse. So we've got a 3-horse version for you. Maybe you don't need the 4, and a 3 will work. Give us a call. We can visit with you about that. We can also build you whatever you want. We've got a lot of trailers on order, a lot of different sizes. So give us a call. Anybody on the sales team can help you out. That number is 303-684-3400. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.